Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm here with a different kind of video today. As you can see, we are in my, we're in my workshop here. Sorry for any background noise. It is, currently raining. I decided, why not have a nice rainy day project and try something new. So that's an old kit. I'm gonna toss this in here. So today we're trying a different style of video. Right, we're gonna be making a pen today, which is something that I don't usually do. What are you, walnut? Yeah, a piece of walnut here that I don't need. Let's toss that in here. It's a nice drill set. So we're gonna be making. Let's dig into my thing of bat parts. Holy shit. Oh, there's my stain. Whoops. Alright. So we got a whole bunch of Cuban pens here. Cuban pen, that's lever action pen, which I will be making later. That's, what are you, ebony? Yeah, ebony. So we're going to be making, that's the lever action. We're going to be making Cuban pen kit. So we got two kits here. And just put that back in the bag of mystery along with you. And yeah, we're gonna be making a Cuban pen today. So get all our stuff out. These are the main little bits we need. Put these back in here so we don't lose them. Springs on in there. I keep losing the springs to these guys, so hopefully that doesn't keep happening. Alright, so we're going to keep that right there for safekeeping. Let's see what we're working with. We got, okay, 10mm drill. Is this metric or is this standard? What are you? You are metric. 10. That's what it says, right? 10? Right. 10mm drill bit. Check. Today we're going to be using some zebra wood. I like that piece is cool. We'll use this one. Let's see. I'm going to grab a pencil. All right. Well, we got a Sharpie, which is the next best thing to a pencil. Debatably. All right. So I like this edge the most. So I think we're going to start here. Which piece uses the longer end? So the lower tube is what we're writing with, which I think is this piece. So I want the pen to write that way, right? So do this very scientific method I have. Hold on. I'm gonna look at it in real life, make sure it's lined up. Okay. Alright. There is our okay, so I somehow cut it way short. Like, incredibly short. But that's not a problem. We can just use this guy. Just cut it a tad shorter. So hold on to you. But that's what kind of sucks about cutting in VR. You can't really get off. You can't really see where your blade's going. All right, okay. I'm gonna cut this by actually looking at it instead of using. That's nice and good. We can sand down this bit so it's a little more accurate to that size. But now, just want to line the grain up. Perfect. Look at that. All right. So now that we have this, it's gonna be just gonna double check. Cuban pen, gotcha. Show the blanks with a 10mm drill bit. That would be you. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I'm gonna grab you. And also you. And we're gonna go over to our drill press now. Alright, here we are at our drilling station. So we're gonna loosen our chuck bit here. A little more. There we go. That's good. We're gonna hand tighten it, and then usually the key should be right here. It does not appear to be right there. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why you always keep things in one spot. Because if you lose this, you can't use this properly. You can still use it, but not as well as you might think. So we're going to tighten that, and we are going to put it back in its proper holding spot. Now look straight to me. All right. So we're going to start with the flattest side, which is this. I'm going to screw that in. I'm going to make sure this is nice and centered. So I'm just going to take the headset off. And it is pushed all the way down. Tightened all the way. All right. Alright, once I feel a bit of pressure, I'm going to release it. And be very careful. There you go. That smells good. It smells like something's cooking. Didn't know zebra would smell like that. It smells good. There you go. There's one blank done. I'm going to move on to this one. Now this one's a little lopsided. So this one's probably the flattest angle. We're just going to clear that out. Slot this piece in. And that. That's center. Alright. Again, we're just going to be careful not to actually physically adjust. I went straight through. It does. It smells like roast beef. I don't know where I'm getting the smell from. I don't know what that smell is, but it's some kind of cooking thing. Now that we're here, I'll get the drill bit later. We won't worry about that. Now that we're here, what we're going to do, we're going to take the things out. We're going to get our piece of sandpaper, and we're just going to scrape the edges, just like this. Alright. We're gonna grab our towel. Whoops. We're gonna grab our towel, make sure it doesn't have a whole bunch of dust on it. We're gonna wipe get any little brass bits that might still be on here. Wipe them down. And then, the funnest part of the job, aka my least favorite part, is we are going to apply glue to the mandrel, or to the, not the mandrel, the brass tube. I always get glue on my hands at this part. And we're just going to carefully slot it in like that. Press it in. I'm just going to set that one to the side. We're going to do the same thing to this one. Healthy amount of glue. So now once we're done with that, we're going to recap this glue. We're going to put it there because we're going to need it later. Hot. 420. No, show that again. Nice. We're going to grab our Cuban bush pen. Cuban bush. Cuba-doobie. Cuba-dooboo. Okay. So, one thing we got to be careful. One is wider, way wider than the other. Yes, it is tapered. So see, that's 12.1 millimeter. That's 14.5 because this is 13.4 and that's 11. So it's actually tapered on both sides. So if I had my calipers out here, which I do not, I could tell which one was which. Unfortunately, I don't. Okay. I'm just gonna have to eyeball it. So I probably need my actual eyes. Should look something a little similar to that. Got super glue all over my hands. We'll go on first, followed by the bushing, the thicker bushing, I might add, like that. Okay, and then what the? Uh-oh. Took part of my case with it. That's not good. Hey, I want that back, man. Now we have this. Make sure we have... I think it goes this way? Not entirely sure which way it goes. I think this way, like this. Yeah. No. It goes like this. Yes. Like that. There you go. Alright. Then grab our little nut. And then do I need a spacer? I do not. I'm going to tighten that on there. They're nice and tight. Move our wrong button. Tighten that down. And we're going to push this so it's even nice and tight. We're going to tighten that down. So that's out of the way. And then we're going to move all this junk over here. Oh, that's hot. Oh, that's really hot. Damn. You can, you can turn off. You're good for now. So because this is a tapered pen, we are going to be using these tools more. All right. I still have to plug it in. There we go. And when I mean most people, I mean me. That's good enough. That's where I like it. We're going to start on this bit here. All right. So for some parts of the process, I'm going to be pretty quiet. I'm probably going to narrate over it. You really got to be careful at these last parts. It's because you want to fine tune it. I think I'll get, okay. I'll tell you what. Like for this part, I'm going to use the phone camera. To get the shot to me. Finely tuning it. Alright. There's the rough cut of that mandrel. Now we're gonna, that piece. Now we're gonna move to this chunkier bit. Alright, so now we're going to start sanding, just to get those rough lines out. This is probably a pretty delicate procedure. So I'll just look at it through my real eyes. Just to make sure I'm getting these lines right and nice. It would suck if I didn't. Basically, I'm just using this rough 120 grit just to get the big chunks, the big chunky lines, because I'm not exactly the most perfect turner. So I always got those chunky lines going for me. So there's our pen made. As you can see, it's not very lined up right now, but I'm sure here, some better shots with the cell phone here. The flashlight does not help. Got some pretty nice chatoyancy. Alright, so now what we're going to do, we're going to set this back. Why are you open? Did I open you? I don't remember. So now what we're going to do is we're going to wipe it down with a cloth, get any excess sawdust that might be on there. Yeah, it's still quite rough. So what we're going to do here is I have a little list that is every grit that I have here. So now we have to play a good old game of where's sandpaper and find all the missing sandpapers. And that's them all sanded. So as you can see, they're much shinier now. It's a much more finished look, but we're not quite done yet. So we're gonna give it one more wipe down. Just again, get any sawdust off. We'll move this out of the way. There we go. We're gonna grab some food grade mineral oil. Now it doesn't have to be food grade. They make special stuff for wood in particular. It's probably more penetrating than this, but this is what you use for cutting boards and stuff like that. But we're just gonna put it on, and it's gonna give it that really nice golden oak look almost. So if you like look at that, that's really nice chatoyancy. Just get a close up of that. That's really nice looking. I like this zebra wood a lot. This is the first time I'm working with it. It's working out pretty good. I like it a lot. I'm liking this stuff a lot. It's got a good grain. Obviously for something being called zebra wood, it's got a lot of stripes, which I like my chatoyancy. I definitely like them standing out from one another. Yeah, like one of my favorites is, ebony. Ebony's pretty cool. Especially this stuff I bought for another pen that I might be making soon. Depending on if I... But this stuff is beautiful. This is black and white ebony. It's just beautiful chatoyancy here. I love saying that word now. Now that I know what it means, I love saying it. Alright, so I'm gonna put a little more oil on here. Just a little kiss. A little kiss. I probably put on a bit too much. We're just gonna oil that up again. Just make sure it gets all over there. Oil them up. Sorry. And then, once we're done with that, we can wipe it. Now, obviously, I really like this golden color, so I'm not going to, I'm not going to dry it, or not dry it. I'm not going to oil it any more than it needs to be. Oil's pretty much soaked all the way in. So we're going to take our super glue. We're going to take a corner of the towel. Just an unimportant corner. And then we're going to put tiny drop on one piece. We're going to rub that all throughout the whole piece of the wood. And that just protects it. It protects the oil from leaking. Or not the oil from leaking. It prevents it from being stained, and it just generally
protects it more. I don't know the real reason. I'll put it on screen. I just know that you're supposed to put it on there after you're done as like a last step. I think it's something to do to protect the wood. Not entirely sure. But, yeah, that's our pen fully made. So we're going to turn that off there. And look at our final result. Wow. That is beautiful. Look at how that turned out. That turned out great. The grain might not match up completely. I'm not fully upset about that. I don't really care about the grain. I just care if it looks good. We're going to take these pieces. We're going to move over to the drill press, and we'll keep going.
So actually, the fun thing about this is that this also works as a press. So I can take the pen pieces and press them together. So it's kind of like a multi-use. So I can use the blank to obviously hold it in place while it's drilling, and then also, you know, push it together once it's done. So I'm just speeding this process up because it took me a while. I was having some trouble pressing them together. Something that I'm recording this in the future, and something that is currently still a problem with it. The pen won't go all the way though, which kind of ticks me off, but you know, what the hell, right? So yeah, right now I'm just putting it together, really. Nothing special. There was these little silver bands that kept messing me up. I kept failing on that. Like, I kept thinking I didn't press it in hard enough, and I might have compressed the wood a bit too much, which might be the reason why those bushings, or not bushings, why the brass is a bit too short or too long. I don't know. All I know is that the pen turned out okay.
And there we go. There is our Cuban pen. Now the final touch, obviously, is to put our pen cartridge in along with our spring. If my fat thumbs can open the package. I'll slot the spring in there. Slot the pen cap. And we have a beautiful pen. Look at that. We're going to call that good. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is our Cuban pen. Cue the nice looking shots.